Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Only one day left for the weekend. This is your girl Gigi, and I have my partner with me, Andrea, and I have the leader of our mastermind. I've been bragging about you to our closed group, Facebook group. So here he is, and I will let him start the conversation with us and be able to guide us through our actually chat for today. So would you like to take it over and introduce yourself also?
Sure. Well, thank you, ladies. I'm so excited to be here. I watched a couple of the presentations that you've been putting on here. I love your energy. I think you guys are awesome. So just, thank you for taking the time to bring me on here and just share a little bit about the mastermind.
Yeah.
So my name is Mark, for everybody who doesn't know. I started a mastermind group. I got really excited about masterminding after reading Think and Grow Rich. The Science of Getting Rich, studying Bob Proctor's work, along with a lot of the other greats out there. And I just wanted to connect with like-minded people that were passionate about personal development, people that are passionate about pursuing their goals and dreams together. And I was fortunate to connect with these two amazing ladies. And, so I'm super excited to be here. And that's just a little bit an intro about me. And I just see so much value in masterminding, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Well, thank you for being with us, and we are super excited to actually have you as our guest because we this is very honorable for you to be able to come to us, because for us we just going through our 90 days challenge, and we are growing and learning, and also we trying to teach people actually how you don't have to do it by yourself. Me and Andrea, actually, we never physically met, but me and her, that's the power of the mastermind. Actually, you are connected spiritually. So, and when you are connected, doesn't matter how far you are actually sink in. So me and her, we feel like we've been knowing each other forever. And she pick up my signal, like whenever I think of something, she think of it and she would share it with me. So would you say that the same thing for you, Andrea?
Oh, definitely. We've done
Yeah, and for you, Mark, if it wasn't for you, actually, me and her would never met, and we would not have actually understand. I never been to any mastermind group actually. Yeah, and
I'm honored to make that connection, because I see you two. You're like two peas in a pod, and it's awesome, But honestly and truly, I feel the same way about all of my mastermind team members and team partners. I mean,
yeah.
when I really started using Zoom and leveraging this platform, it really becomes such an effective tool to connect with like-minded people regardless of our geographic barriers. So when I personally started on my personal development journey, I kind of felt like I was really isolated and alone in the world. And I knew there was lots of other people out there who were passionate about what we're doing and how we're learning and growing together. It's just they weren't in my immediate vicinity, or at least maybe I wasn't aware of that. So, leveraging this tool just makes it so easy for us to connect when it's convenient, when there's, and I think the big word that I really just got to focus on today is just connection. It's great to connect with other like-minded people and discuss topics that maybe you can't discuss with, everybody in your immediate sphere, because they're not as passionate about it as you are. Right? That's the part that excites me about connecting with you guys, honestly.
And absolutely, because yesterday I got I was telling Andrea and also the whole group on Facebook, how excited I was just while I was driving to work, dreaming about what we're doing throughout this journey. So before, first of all, I would not have the confidence to have done that. And second, I will say, actually, when you are mastermind with with group of people, having the like-minded people is, I will say, for me, I have come to know now, is a must. And we, when we are discussing in our meeting and everything, we always say, you want to look for someone who resemble to you, or just, somewhat like you, because you connect in the, I'll always say, in the mind. So when you are connected in the mind, it makes it so easier. Like for me, Andrea, she allowed me to be myself. I'm sorry to say this, but I told this I told my husband yesterday, when I met him before, I told him I have to be myself. Okay, I mean, I'm sorry, but that kind of sound like I love myself. And you know what? For me, for another person, I might not be like, the best person for them, but for me, I need to be me. If not, how am I going to present myself fully to the other person? So I tell him, I say, you know what I learned? He's like, what? He say, Andrea allowed me to be myself. And he was like, yeah. I say, you know what that means, right? He was like, yeah. I say, I took that relationship even with the mastermind group. I like being me. I like being myself. I always say I like being myself around my family, my friends, work. I do not like to just, differentiate it. Be me, me. That's it. So, and this is a power of our group also, being with our mastermind. And Andrea, how do you feel? I know you was not comfortable doing all this. How are you feeling?
No, I was looking for somebody to be my accountability partner and we started the mastermind about the same time. So I thought that would be a good connection. I had no idea it was going to be such a great connection. And so I approached Gigi and asked her if she would be my accountability partner. And the next thing I know, she's got me out here in front of everybody. I will tell you that I just the 2 months, probably 2 months that I've been in it, Mark. Oh my gosh, I have changed so much.
Yes.
I've grown so much, and I'm the same way. I've got to be me,
Mm.
but I'm more me now because you've stuck me out there. And at first I'm sitting there, the first few videos, I'm, like a teacher or something. I feel like an old, and now I feel like I'm more myself. I'm letting my energy out, and it's
Yeah.
the growth is just amazing. Not to mention
Yeah.
the daily schedule we haven't even got into, but yeah,
Yeah. Because
it is
that's what I was.
people that you are like-minded. They understand what you're saying when you talk. They care about what you're saying, but other people, they're not into self-help. They're not into growing as a person or setting goals, and a lot of people's not even into meeting new people. So you got to
Mhm.
share. You don't have anybody to really communicate with, but in this, yay!
Yes.
Knows what I'm
Well,
saying.
absolutely. One of the things I just have to commend you both on, not everybody's comfortable with doing Facebook Lives, right? And Facebook, this is by no means a requirement of a mastermind. I mean,
Oh.
obviously this is not really a true mastermind, but I think that, stepping up and putting yourself outside of your comfort zone and stretching and growing. I mean, again, I just want to commend you both for going outside of that thing, what would otherwise be not the norm,
Yeah.
and I just want to commend you, because that's how we all learn and grow and stretch together.
Yeah. And, I was telling Andrea, actually, by us doing this, I told her, like, actually, by teaching people what we're learning, we get to learn it twice. So yes, it took me a long time to actually come out of it. And, but what I want people to understand is, for me, like I say, me and Andrea, when we come up with the 1,000 people, that's not set for us from the mastermind. That's what's just God put in our heart to go ahead and do it. So, but what we want to inspire people is not just what me and her sharing, but we want to be able to connect actually people, to our mastermind, to be able to benefit that me and her gotten. Because for me, I'll tell you this, my right now, how long we've been doing it? We've been doing it like not even 2 weeks, right? And I feel like I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm so comfortable doing it in the camera, and I am so comfortable sharing my wisdom with as much as possible with, I'm comfortable doing it. And what I think what helped me is that the people that are around the circle, and everybody is encouraging, everybody, and it's like, and also it's all positive, and because everybody's positive minded, and for me it's like a match. It's just a click. And I know a lot of the people that we have in our closed Facebook group, they also relate to actually, some of the people that we have studied. One of them is Neville Goddard. So, and I know where they're coming from, and I definitely want to actually bring them in, and then, set up some sort of meeting and be able to actually share with them, what we actually do. But the reason we want you to come here and share with them is because, we want them to see you first of all, and then hear from you, and be able to be inspired, because that's the whole point that we are doing this. So,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I started masterminding for so many different reasons, but one of the core was I just really wanted to apply what was in Think and Grow Rich, what Napoleon Hill was talking about. And another book that really played a big impact on me was Working with the Law by Raymond Hollywell, right? And, and the idea, of the law of receiving, right? Of whatever you want to receive, you must be willing to give. And we all are working towards pursuing our goals and dreams and aspirations. That's one of the great parts about being in a mastermind, is that you get to connect with other people, and you might not have the exact same goal, but you can support each other and encourage and have accountability partners like you two are,
Yeah.
right? So to help you move beyond where you would have otherwise been. Yeah. I'm sure Andrew is sitting over there. I would have never done a Facebook Live all by myself. I totally relate. So the point is that, when you have a partner that's helping you stretch and grow, it's easier to move forward towards your goal. And I think just by applying that universal law of helping other people achieve their goals and dreams, by giving that to somebody else, you're actually receiving that as well. And I think that is so incredibly powerful, that by us focusing on giving service, and that's why I want to commend you both again for this inspiration you've had of wanting to help 1,000 people, because really that's how we accomplish our goals, is by helping others accomplish theirs, and working collaboratively together. So that's exciting. So yeah.
And would you say this, having this 90 days actually restrict commitment? Yes, we all adults, but it's just having that time, set up. Do you say that it encourage actually the person to be able to pursue their goal at a specific time, instead of someone going in there and just, finding, other information online? Because I feel like ours is like organized, and it's just one stop, and you just do what you're supposed to do if you follow it.
Absolutely. I mean, the purpose of our mastermind community is to take all the best knowledge within the community and help everybody achieve their goals and dreams and aspirations, right? So we're compiling all the best knowledge. So the 90-day program that we've put together thus far is a compilation of all the best knowledge that we have. We've learned about paradigm shifts from Bob Proctor. We've seen the power of meditation through Dr. Joe Dispenza. Neville Goddard talks about the power of imagination and all of that. So we're taking all of this great knowledge and compiling it into one action plan that anybody can follow to really establish, number one, success habits, because success, what we've learned is that success is a behavior, right? It's not some magical formula. It's an activity that you do, and how to install that activity or apply that new behavior in your life is just through repetition. So over 90 days, we've learned that that's how long it takes to really form and solidify a new behavior or habit. And then the second part of it is challenge related, like what is going to help you get further towards your goal, right? And with the 90-day challenge, a lot of that includes working towards your financial freedom, because a lot of people are working towards that. But it doesn't have to be that. It can be whatever it is that you're working towards, and what's ever going to help you get towards your goal. And so the only reason we put it together was to give everybody a blueprint, because there's no real, clear step-by-step instruction manual on how we operate as human beings that is not super complex and doesn't take years of knowledge and study from lots of different people. So we just wanted to boil it all down to its core essence and just hand it to our partners and say, what do you want to do? Let's just plug it in here and let's go together and do it. So that's basically it. It's a clear, concise blueprint.
And you have any question for him? Okay. The other question that I have is actually, I know some of, the people that we are meeting, they ask a question like, do you have to have this big goal and to be part of the mastermind, group? Or can they discover their goal while they join the mastermind group?
Such an important question. I think, in my journey in doing this thus far, most people that I've met who are interested in personal development have not yet figured out what their true passion is yet. That's part of the reason they're interested in personal development. They know they have a missing hole in their life. They just don't know how to fill it. Yeah. And, making decisions and being specific about what you want from your life can be challenging. I mean, I think all the great teachers out there all teach about that, finding your true deep passion and desire and making a decision about going. But if you don't know what it is, how do you do that? Right? Yeah. And I think the power of the mastermind is, again, you connect with people. And what I find is that as you mastermind with others, your end goal might be, might take you to places you'd never even anticipated by yourself, right? By leveraging the skills and talents and knowledge of everybody else, it can help you solidify it as well. Maintaining that authenticity that it's really, truly your goal and not someone else's. But I think, the short answer is absolutely not. I think it's most common that you're going to find, if you haven't already figured it out, you will figure it out in the mastermind. And if you have figured it out already, the mastermind is just going to help you accomplish
it. I agree because when I actually got involved, I really didn't have a clear goal. I kind of have like a bigger goal and, kind of blurry and everywhere. So I will definitely say that actually mastermind is kind of like a pinpoint. Yes, nobody is going to make the final decision for you. You have to make the decision for yourself, but a pinpoint you kind of help you figure yourself out. And what I like about it, because in our community, it deals a lot with the mental, the mental and the spiritual part of it. Because of that, you feel that connection and you feel that oneness. And because of that, actually, you there is a lot of trust, and also because you work so close together, and it helps you figure it out. To me, it helped me figure it out faster. And I don't know, did it work for you?
I am blown away. I wish that I'd have gotten involved with masterminds when I was going through the Bob Proctor coaching, because I never did. I was afraid. I didn't know the expectations. I didn't know the commitment. And also, I was just not confident enough in myself. But this has blown me away. My life is already, I knew when I started on the 90 days that I was shifting. I knew it. I felt it. And it's crazy the growth I feel myself. But just when Edit invited me to the mastermind, I was so excited, because I had gone through the last couple of years by myself. Yeah. Because my mother is very she's into goal setting. She listens to motivational stuff and all that all the time, but she lives away from me, and it's just good to have. Well, all y'all do, but contact with you. I don't feel like y'all live away from me because your face is right here all the time. Yeah. But there's so many things. There's so many different ways that I have grown just in the last couple of months, and especially in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
family, you know. You'll
Yeah.
get finally somebody gets me.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
the thing too. Like we have so much energy, and like I was telling you, like, oh, my husband is saying, "Thank God I don't have to listen to you." Yes, he still get a little bit of it. He still get a little bit of it, but not as much now. What he gets is just the daily notes that I post. I just send it to him. He doesn't get, oh my gosh, look what I discovered. Oh my gosh, look. I am like I'm telling you, I am obsessed about my brain. I am. And you know, it's when you learn, I think the most beautiful thing about learning to me is my brain. Just how amazing it is. And they, you know, and we will learn more and more it is. So once you learn how beautiful your mind is, to me, everything else doesn't really matter because it's like I can do anything. And you know, and the power of the subconscious mind is what helped me a lot because I have studied how to learn, and I have studied how to memorize, and all of that is all brain work. But you know what? Things did not click for me until I pick up that book of the power of subconscious mind, because it really showed me the difference between conscious mind and subconscious mind. So, and now the more me and you studying it, I really start to learn. I learn a lot from us. I learn a lot from us. And I start to love, you know, my actually my subconscious mind, and I'm very proactive about actually programming it. Before, uh, you know, I heard about affirmations and, you know, visualization, but I really didn't take it as much as serious as right now. Even doing it overnight, I'm doing it now during our 90 days challenge because of what I'm learning. So for me, if it is possible to find actually you know, accountable partner who's going to make you come like this, I'll go for it.
That's awesome. You know, the one thing I just like to add into that too is that, I mean, the whole idea behind the mastermind is we all have different experiences, knowledge, expertise, perspectives. It's all unique. So even if you're reading a given book, like The Power of Subconscious Mind, and you're doing that with Andrea and me and anybody else that's part of the community, you're going to get your own experience from that book. You're going to learn your perspective is going to absorb the information in a certain way. Andrea is going to absorb it and it's going to resonate with her, maybe slightly different. And then by coming together and sharing those two perspectives, you both becomes wiser as a result. And it does, and I think that's really the brilliance behind what Napoleon Hill wrote about, is that we don't have to have all the answers. We don't have to, like, I don't have to be the expert. You don't have to be the expert, but we can work together collaboratively and get those insights together, you know, and so basically we're stronger together than we are as individuals.
And that's the beauty of, actually, I'm so glad you say that, because with our mastermind group, what I realized is that one of the help that I received was recently, I wanted the video to be edited. So if we didn't have the mastermind group, what do you think I have to do? I would have to look for somebody from outside and maybe hire someone. No, I didn't have to do all of that. I posted, I said, can please somebody help me to edit this video? Somebody jumped in, didn't even took them, you know, an hour. They send it back to us. Now, to me, that is leveraging each other.
Amen. Amen. That's how we're all going to win.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We can't do it by ourselves.
No, and that's the beauty of it. Like we do, and having the assurance, there's something about, I'm not sure what, you know, I don't know if there is any actually evidence to it, but there is something about myself. There is a comfort that I feel knowing that I have somebody who's going to help me when I get stuck somewhere.
Amen.
So yeah, when I, you know, I rely on her so much. I rely on her. I rely on it. And okay, I can't get this done. Can you guys help me? You know, and I send her like, you know, we got our website. So I tell her like, okay, I purchased the website. Can you do something about it? And she is great. Thank you. She knows how to, you know, work with those stuff, and I don't. So she was like, I got it. even the background of the, the Facebook, setting up questions and stuff like that. I don't know how to do any of that. So she was like, I got it. So, so
That's it.
it
That's
is.
exactly it. And you have skills and talents that Andrea gets to leverage as well, right?
Yeah,
Use the
the
speaker
power.
natural. So I just follow her lead and I take care of whatever comes up.
She gave me the power actually to throw out words. So that's my skill from what we discovered is that. And I didn't even, well, actually kind of know, but I didn't think it was as much as she adored it. So now, guess what? My confidence bumps up.
That's a big part of it too.
Awesome.
You know, we do. We give each other confidence.
Yes,
It's
yes.
the support, the confidence, the being able to turn to somebody, you know, and like the editing of the video that we needed that day. It was wonderful to have that.
Yes,
And also too,
absolutely.
in the background, we don't really, I mean, each of us have our own stuff that we're working on aside, but if I need to know anything, there's people in our group that I could say, hey, you know, do you know about this? Can you help me with
Mm-hmm,
it?
mm-hmm.
And it's just, it's a community. It
It
is a
is. It is. It's a
but we're all
it's
of wanting to help each other, support each other. We're all of like mind because we understand that it takes us all. Mark, I didn't understand that. I did not got in this group that you need to have a group of people, and I completely understand it now.
yes.
If you're going
Yeah.
to be successful, it's going to take people around you. I was just talking to my mother today, and she was like, "Oh, I want to help out with this or help out with that," and it was such a relief to me because
Mm-hmm.
you need people around you. You just do. You
You
can't
do.
get away from it because success requires time and abilities. And if you've never been successful, if you've never tried, if you've never even implemented anything to be successful, you don't know that.
Exactly.
There's a lot
Exactly.
involved.
Oh yeah.
And that's the hard part for everybody who's just getting started and trying to evaluate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not just, you know, everybody getting together and singing Kumbaya, right?
Yeah.
We want to help everybody achieve their goals and give them a practical, applicable strategy. And the key thing that I think most people don't know is what is leverage and how do I create leverage? And, you know, we're all dependent upon each other. You know, if they stop, you know, bringing food to the grocery store, everybody's in trouble real quick. We're real dependent. You know, the electricity turns off. Oh, we're all in trouble. All of these things we just take for granted like air, you know, but if it's not there, you instantly know it. And if you really understand like how to take it beyond that, which is what you're describing, Andrea, about learning how to work with other people effectively and collaborate and learn how to share those skills and talents and leverage each other, then I mean, it's the brilliance of what Napoleon Hill documented. And we just get the pleasure. I just get the pleasure of connecting with you ladies and having fun doing all this all the time. So it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, I would definitely say don't waste your time. If, I feel like a lot of people are who are not introduced to this kind of information. There's a lot of time to be wasted. I have spent my money on classes, and I have spent my money on other, activities, and I have said I'm going to get to it, but I never got to it. And now I understand why, because we need each other. We need people, and it's because that's how we were brought up. Maybe I don't know what is the cause of it for real, but I understand. Like for me, I realized doing it with people. I mean, for me, it's just it opened up the door, and before actually I joined the mastermind, me and Edit, we joined the study partnership, and it made a difference because I was looking for people. Like, I need a study partner, and the study partner I was looking for is this, the mind studying, because not everybody into that. so so because of that, when I did connect with people and then I start to talk, and then they get me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I am not this little weirdo person who's just out by herself. And so because of that, and it is so exciting, and I really want to encourage people to be able to come and join us, and they will find a person who's going to match with them. either they, the activities they like to do, they click. And I noticed that not everybody wants to do the same thing. Not everybody wants to do the same thing. Not everybody has the same goal or the same desire. But the beauty part of it is, it's just you will find your, somehow you will meet that person. It doesn't matter whether you have the same goal, but in the mind, you guys are connected and you work in harmony. And I love when we are meeting every, our calls every 2 times a week. And that gives me like just, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Because I mean, that's the only place I get to be asked, like, what is your win? I never, nobody asked me what is your win other places.
Or your lesson too. Like, and if you're not familiar with thinking about winning and learning, right? Yeah, it really makes you stretch. I'm like, what did I learn this week? Like, what was my lesson today?
Yeah. Yes.
And
But
because you got to report.
yes.
Really, it just makes you more aware that you are winning, and it makes you more aware that you are learning. And so that's growth within itself, because you don't realize your own growth until you measure it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You have to be able to measure it. But one thing I wanted to ask is, we have that sheet that we go through every day for the next 90 days. What inspired you to create that? Is that something that you struggle with and then you found that was something you needed for yourself?
It was actually created by the community itself, so I can't take credit for it, right? So it comes from the masterminding itself. So some of the members, saw that we certain activities that we should be doing. I mean, we all, focus on, obviously know the power of visualization and affirmation, meditation. I incorporated healthy diet and sleep in there because that's critical, and I don't think we get credit for those things enough. And exercise, just a reminder, like just even get out for a walk, get outside and do something a little bit every day. So yeah, we just made a checklist because forming new habits, if it was easy, everybody do it constantly, right? So it's about becoming consciously competent at the skill of creating a new behavior in your life or a new habit. So we just listed out some basic success habits that should be common for everybody. Like, everybody needs a little bit of exercise, even if it's just a walk. You don't have to go to the gym and lift weights and try to be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
True.
But, you got to get that heart pumping and you got to get going, and, because without your health, you got nothing, right? And if your, diet is just so important part of that, sleep is an important part. Study, exercising your mind, whether it be affirmation, visualization, or whatever. So, it's just designed to help everybody have a healthy mind, body, spirit connection so that they can thrive in their lives, right? And really become consciously confident about how to make the shift from where they are to where they want to be, and then have some accountability partners to make it simple and more fun, frankly. The abundance game is all about fun, and we just want to have fun together.
Yes. And what amazes me is actually, which you haven't touched up on yet, the fact that you created the whole system yourself, and you actually given it out for free.
Yeah. When you really understand the universal laws and you dive into these great books and topics, from my understanding of it, the more service you render to the world in any capacity, right, and you are going to be rewarded regardless, right? So I know, the rewards always come. So I'm not worried about the receiving part of the equation. I just want to get really, really good at the giving side of things. And giving service to other people that are effective and helping other people learn that same skill is how we're all going to win, and the receiving will come as part of that process. And there's lots of ways to receive. There's no shortage of that, in the world, right? So,
Yeah.
there's an abundance of that, right? So what we just want to make sure is everybody understands, how do you get from where you are to where you want to be? And it isn't obvious. At least it wasn't obvious for me.
Oh no.
And I didn't know before. So all I want to do is help people make that shift, and then honestly partner with them, and to win the game of life. Like, I'm not trying to sell a product or service, because I know that it doesn't matter what we all do together, that the economy is part of the equation, right? What matters is, do you have a winning team? Do you have a strong group of people that actually can win themselves and win with you together at the game of life? And if they're equipped and you're equipped, the rest of it will just fall into place. That's the key part.
That's true. I mean, it has a lot to do. The unlocking, me and her, that's what we've been saying, is a lot of us are in prison of our own mind. And it has a lot to do unlocking that. And it's just, it's crazy, like how we've been practicing. Today I was listening to Dr. Leaf that I recommended to you. She is she's a brain doctor, and she goes around to church, and she's trying to teach them pretty much science should be taught in a church. So I was listening to her today, and she was saying that we are wired to be positive. We have no room for negativity. But unfortunately, actually, until we learn this, our thinking is actually pretty much occupied with negative, negative, negative. I mean, full of negative. I mean, like today I text you guys saying that my mind is telling me, actually write it down. I wrote it down. And it says that, please do not be disappointed if I do not accept your negativity anymore, because I'm trying to clean out of my negative, words. So, and so it's, but when you learn about these informations and you become aware the wealth that is around us, it was always there. And it's just that you were not aware, and nobody had told you about it. And that's what I become so obsessed about this topic, because becoming aware and somebody telling you, because like for me, thank God this book taught me, and then it brought me to you guys, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, like my world is open. So
it's so true. I think experience, and I'll give you a really great analogy. So if you've ever bought a new car or got a new used car or whatever, you're driving around in a new car, right? And you're driving down the road, and then all of a sudden you start noticing that same make and model of car that everybody else is driving on the road, right? Everybody's had that experience, right? So abundance is just like that. If you're not in the abundance mindset, you can't see it all around you. So, all of those cars were always on the road. Your mind just never picked it up before. Right. So I think that the key here is just helping all of our partners in the mastermind make that consciousness shift, realize like, wow, we all are surrounded. We're all incredibly blessed. We're all surrounded with mountains of abundance. And if you can't see it, then you can't participate in it. And then you get locked into that scarcity mindset. And then it becomes that sort of negative downward spiral rather than making the shift. And you can literally just make a decision and change it and start spiraling in a completely different direction towards abundance and the life that you want. And unless somebody shows you, like fear, because you were talking earlier about this, fear is the thing that holds you back. Right? Everything you want, as Bob and all these great teachers talk about, fear is like everything that you want is on the other side of fear. Right? So, when you realize that, it's like, wow, okay, well, maybe fear is like an incredibly positive thing. Right? Not only does it keep me safe, but it tells me what direction I should be going.
Yeah, to keep on going to that.
I go straight for it, right? Develop some courage and learn how to overcome your fear. And, just like doing a Facebook Live,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everything wants on the other side of fear. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. No, no, it's okay. I mean, this is amazing. For me, I am blowing the progress that I'm making, and it is beautiful because I know for me, this is just the beginning. I am going to keep on growing, learn more about, what is my potential. And I'm so grateful to be able to meet you, Mark, because what what made me so happy actually when I got introduced to you is that I really had this dream of helping people financially, helping people like just become their best self, from my family to my friends to anyone that I meet. But I really struggled for a long time trying to make it by myself. And I really thought I have to be successful in order for me to contribute. But yet, here comes this man and who had everything laid out. And then he say, well, you can start now. And I was like, are you serious? Yes, you can start now. And you see why this 1,000, people idea come to my mind, because it really meant for me, I can live my life now, not when I make $1 million. That will come, which is, then people actually, by the time I make $1 million, people might not even be around those people that I want to help actually. And it could be just a word that I need to share with them that can make a shift in their life. So for me, I am super, super grateful to be able to meet you and to be able to actually take the opportunity to say yes to your calling, and which is my calling. And thank you to Andrea for calling me and say, hey, do you want to partner with me? She doesn't even know how, if I'm crazy or not. And I say, and then I say to her, I think she texts me like over the weekend. I say, yeah, you're ready to start Monday. She was like, oh yeah, Monday. So for me, and that's how much it means to me. So I will definitely say to a person who feel like they want to do something, don't wait. Don't wait. You can start now. And you don't have to do like me and Andrea. There are so many ways to serve others, but first we need to make a shift in our own mind. And that's what I have to say. How about you, Andrea?
I agree. Y'all have said it all perfectly. I'm so glad we have you today, Mark. You've just laid
Yeah.
you your wisdom just flows. I
Yes.
love it. I love it.
Well, thank you so much, ladies. And I feel the same way about both of you. I love connecting with awesome, positive people just like you. I'm super passionate about it. And I just want to thank you guys for taking the time to do what you're doing, because yeah, your calling is my calling. We're all, on the same vibration that way. So, it's fantastic to do it with other people, because we can't do things alone. And I think when we work together like this, there's nothing we can't do,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And I totally agree with you. I for many years thought I had to accomplish some major thing before I was going to be able to render a positive and effective service. But once I really understood, these books and the content in them, and it really started clicking in the mastermind, I realized, yeah, what am I waiting for? Like, they all say, like, start where you are, like, start where you're at and move forward from there. Like, if reading the book doesn't do any good unless you apply it.
Thank you. That's what I was going to say, because I have read Think and Grow Rich before I met you guys, and I have listened to The Science of Getting Rich. They mean nothing. No, knowledge by itself means nothing without actually applying it. And I'm so glad you mentioned that, because that was in my mind. What do you want to say, Andrea, about that?
No, I just agree. I mean, he knows
Yeah.
exactly what needs to be brought out. I love it. I'm enjoying
Yeah.
it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's actually why I formed the community too, was because it was so great to learn all this knowledge, but then it's like, how do you apply it? well, here you go. Here's the
Mhm.
blueprint. Let's just do it, and let's make it better together.
Yeah. And the power of it, the final power thing for me is that the mentors and all around us that we are able to access that you have brought in all the one in one circle. We are able to to say, hey, can you please help me on this area? I mean, for me, it's like I mean, I was just blown by it, and I'm still blown by it because I am going through the process. And I just want the whole world to find out about this mastermind. And even from home, if they can come and join us, I'll be so happy. Back home, Ethiopia.
Yeah, I know, and that's actually the other thing, and I'm so glad you mentioned that too. The amazing part about this platform, Zoom, is we don't have any barriers. This thing works worldwide. Like, we mastermind with people in every country, everywhere, and it's just so awesome to get those cultural connections and connect with other people from a different perspective even, and seeing life from a totally different angle, whether it be Ethiopia or anywhere in South America or Asia, Australia, whatever, the UK. Everybody's everywhere, and these platforms allow us to really see that we're all just the same human beings going through similar but unique experiences.
Yeah, we are connected in the heart, and that's the thing. When it says we are one, it is not a joke. It is the truth, because it don't matter how far we are. It's like when it comes to that core, we all are one. And that's what I really, really learned. I was like, anyone can be anywhere in the world, but there is always another person who is feeling what I'm feeling. And experiencing the experience that I'm in is just mind blowing. So, Mark, I'm really, really grateful for you having created this mastermind, because, like I say, for me, it's just a beginning, and I know I'm gonna go places, and I am going to take all those people with me.
You already are. You already are.
So I really appreciate you. And Andrea, you can give him your gratitude when you're ready.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you both. I really appreciate what you're doing here. So you guys have a wonderful day. It was so awesome to connect with you both, and I'm looking forward to the next time we get to mastermind together.
Yes, and and we trust everybody will be actually, reaching out to us now and be able to come and connect with you, because you are awesome, and we love to hang out with you, and I'm sure they're going to hang out with you. Thank you, Mark. Have a good day.
You too. Take care, ladies. Have fun.
Bye-bye.
Soon.
All right. Well, I trust everybody is going to enjoy our conversation today. We didn't do our reading, and I think we should be excused today. I think we are giving them a lot of information that they would need for the mastermind. We truly shared from heart, because that's what we want to present. And I look forward. Me and you thinking about maybe having a meeting by Saturday, right? With anyone who's interested. So, all right. So whenever you get chance, please share this, and then I look forward to see you all tomorrow, and then I will see you tomorrow too, Andrea. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you.